there, all I knew was like state champ. And so I'm screaming, I'm hollering, I'm looking at my area in the crowd. I'm like this, just crying, screaming. I take coach, and I didn't mean to throw him as hard as I did. I was way too static. I grab him. I'm thinking, okay, let's just throw him. Oh, dude, it was like head over heels, just threw him. He said he wasn't hurt. He said he was fine, but when I put my hand out, I was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, he did not breathe at all.
Gentlemen, welcome to the North Florida Wrestling Show. I am your guest co-host, Ricky Cheese Marcus. I run the Florida Wrestling Room and the FloridaWrestlingRoom.com, but I am the host here today. We have a very special guest. We have a Ryder Luck, who is a junior at a Lincoln High School, Tallahassee, Florida, Lincoln High School. He is also a state champion. Ryder Luck, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure for a couple of reasons. One, as a guy who wrestled his whole life and loves the sport, it's always cool to speak to a state champ. But number two is because I graduated from Lincoln High School myself. I don't know if you were aware of that. Did you know that?
Nah, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, well, you should, because my picture is on your wall of fame in there.
Is it?
It is, man. Check it out next time you're in the wrestling room.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, I was a 126-pounder. The picture, I believe it's in black and white because it was back from 1986. That's when I graduated. You weren't even a twinkle in your dad's eye back then. But yeah, that's when I was there. I got to tell you real quick, man. So I'm from South Florida. I was wrestling at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. And, a couple of things happened, and I wound up in Tallahassee and at Lincoln High School. And, from the difference between private and public, I loved Lincoln. I tell everybody, by far, Lincoln was my favorite school. I went to 3 schools. I went to St. Thomas Aquinas, and for 6 months, I went to Chaminade, which is in Hollywood, Florida. But my senior year, I was at Lincoln, and I absolutely loved it. Anyhow, so I'm going to start with you back in 2023. Now, in 2023, you made the podium, but you placed 8th, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, was that at heavyweight as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your very first match in 2023 at the state tournament, you didn't have a lot of luck from the bracketing gods because yeah, crazy draw. Nate Gabriel from Auburndale, who wound up winning the title. So you had the eventual state champ first match. Obviously, you didn't get past that match, but that's okay. So you go into the consolations, and you do great, man. You win 2 in a row, right? Yeah. So, and which is hard to do because after taking a hit at a tournament, especially the very first round, it's very, very difficult to get your head on straight and come back from something like that. So kudos to you for that. So you come back, you win 2 in a row, and then you run into Hofstetter from Fleming Island, right?
Yeah, that was a crazy match. Tell
me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that match, and I don't know, we were just like, it was both of us just like, I don't think any of us had a stall warning, and we were just going back and forth, shots after shots, and we ended up going into.
It was overtime.
Yeah, it was. I think it was either double or triple overtime, and I let him up because I wanted to take him down. I thought I could take him down.
Yeah.
And so I let him up. We're back in neutral and we're wrestling, and I took a low single, and from there I got in the front headlock, and then he cradled me, and it was crazy. We were both super gassed.
Unreal, man. That's craziness. Yeah. So then, what happens now? That was you're a junior this year, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that was your sophomore year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened your freshman year? Did you wrestle your freshman year?
Dude, freshman year. Oh man, freshman year. Okay, so for a little bit, I was varsity B 215, right behind Amarion. He was our 215.
Yeah, I remember.
He played. And then for a little bit, I wrestled. This is back when I had super heavyweight,
Yeah.
and I wrestled varsity A for super heavyweight a little bit. I was wrestling like 350-pound guys, and I'm all of like 220. And freshman year was so much fun. That's what really like got me into wrestling, and that's when I realized like, dude, wrestling is my thing. I love
That's
it.
it. Now, were you a football player that came out for wrestling, or?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I was. I don't know. I thought wrestling was a little dumb at first. My buddy Joe introduced me to it, and from there on, I just kind of fell in love with it.
So when your buddy first said, "Hey man, you need to come out for wrestling," what were you like? Yeah, fuck
Dude,
that.
I was like,
Okay.
nah, man, that's your sport. I got my sport going on. I got
Yeah.
football,
So
and
what position did you play?
I play right tackle.
Okay. Now, did you play football throughout, or once you fell in love with the wrestling, you left the football alone?
Um, I'm still playing football. Yes, sir.
Oh, good, good, good. Now, as far as and we'll get back into to this year in a second, but as far as for college, do you want to play football in college? Do you want to wrestle in college? Do you not want to go to college? What's going on with that?
I would love to wrestle in college. I would love
Okay.
to. That's probably what I want to do in the future is wrestle in college.
So that's the goal, is to go to college to wrestle.
Yes, sir.
Well, as a state champ and maybe a two-time state champ, who knows? You're going to have your opportunity for sure. All right, so let's jump into that. So, well, before we get to the state tournament, I did want to talk to you about the 2024 Braves Invitational at Lake Gibson High School. All right, so that's a tough-ass tournament. Everybody knows that. It's one of the tougher ones. I would say on top of the knockout, the Braves is probably one of the tougher ones in the state. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So you go to the Braves Invitational. Your first match, you beat Corbin of Swanee. That was no problem, 14-3. Then you had, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's either Arellano or Ariano from
John Orlando.
Orlando, yeah, from Lake Gibson.
Yeah.
You beat him, and that match put you into the semifinals.
Yeah.
But then you kind of ran into another friggin' stud, Tim Gray, Crystal River, who is also state. Yeah, he's a state champ. But listen, man, that match was no joke, bro. That was an overtime match, another overtime match. Tell me a little bit about. Let's go through that match, because that had to be exciting.
Dude, that was the most exciting match. So that was the funnest match ever. We were starting off first period just hand fighting, taking, like, we were both taking shots. He had crazy good fakes. He faked really well. I'd sprawl, I'd take re-attacks, stuff like that. Hopped into the second period. I chose bottom. I got up in like 30 seconds. From there, we just keep hand fighting. He takes bottom. He switches. He does a really good switch. Gets it for
Heavyweights hitting switches. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for those that don't know Gray, I'll describe him. He doesn't look like your typical heavyweight. He's a tall, muscular, slender guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's hitting switches and shit. That's crazy. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then from there, I'm like, man, he just did a switch. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to like wrestle him like a light guy, because I was in there thinking, okay, another heavyweight, wrestle him big. It's not the case. This guy, he shoots just like me.
Yeah, man.
And so he hits a switch, and I get up from bottom, and then from there it's tied 2-2. And at the time, I didn't realize if I take him all the way to triple overtime and I get up, I win.
You win, yeah.
So it goes into the third period. We're still just hand fighting, taking shots. At the end, we both got kind of in trouble. I was close to scoring, then he did something, and then he was close to scoring, and then we went into overtime, and then from overtime, he faked me, and I sprawled like really well, and off the sprawl, I took a shot, and from there, he did a really, really nasty go behind, just like drag go behind. And we're both like, we like spun around the mat a couple times before he even got to. That's when I ended up like on my back, and I was like, man, like that was so fun. That was such an exciting match. We both dapped each other up, gave each other a hug.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, man. That's what I think the sport is all about. You see so many times, man, guys lose and chucking their headgears and
Yeah, no.
whatever. But for two guys like that, you're both two you both you wound up being state champs, to dap it up after the match, hug, and just appreciate the other's athletic ability.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, right?
not for sure. That's what opened my eyes.
So when you saw him at the state tournament, you guys were cool with each other, and hey, good luck, hope you win.
Yeah,
that's so cool, man.
Then with Caden Darwin, me and Caden Darwin, we were actually warm-up partners throughout state.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, so let's get there. So we're at the state tournament. Well, hold on. Let me. I know there was something I wanted to ask you before that. Did you win the district and the region?
No, actually,
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. You didn't win the region. You took third, right?
Yeah, I took third at the regions. I got upset. Yeah.
All right, so you took third at the region. You lost to Reyes.
Yeah, from Fleming Island.
Yeah, but you beat him at the state duels 3-2.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So let's talk about that match. So now you're wrestling a kid at regionals. You already beat him once. I mean, it was close. It was 3-2. What's your mindset going into that match?
Mindset was just play it smart, take great shots, and just come out on top. That guy's strong. He's a weightlifting state champ. So
is he?
Yeah, he's very, very strong.
Wow.
And from that match, we were taking really good shots. I didn't know he had a really nice double on him. Caught me a few times, but I was able to fight out of him. From there, we got to the third period. It was 1-1, and I take a really, really good shot. I go Iranian, and I try to come out the backside, but he kept his hips up, and he ended up scoring on me.
Yeah, 3-1 was the final.
Yeah, and within I think the last 10 seconds, and it was like, man, no way that happened.
Yep.
But
it does happen.
I totally took it as a learning curve. Just
perfect. All right, so now let's see. So you wrestled Burnett from Riverdale. You won 4-2. You had Burnett in the quarters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you wound up taking third. So whatever, you qualified. So now we go to the state tournament. Let's see what we did here. Here we go. First round at the state tournament. Who did you have this year?
I had Palmetto.
Okay. And that match, did you pin him or what?
Nah, 3-2. 3-2.
Oh, close match.
I actually had 3 matches that were 3-2. The finals, the semifinals, and the very first match.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So it was tough getting there. It was a tough road.
It was, yeah.
All right, and then so once you, all right, let me back up. So you take 8th last year. Now you're in the state semis and you win. What's going through your head?
Oh man, it was crazy. It was just it was so static, and my mind was I don't know, it was blurry for a lot of it. Just it was like I couldn't even really think straight. I was in my own world of just wrestling, and I caught a wave of momentum from the front of the state tournament, and I just rode that wave throughout the whole tournament, and that's what I did.
Yeah. So, Crowder's a great coach, man.
Yeah, he is.
What was so after you win your semis, obviously you got some downtime to, kind of think about, what you're going to be doing soon, in the state finals. And what does a coach like Crowder say to his wrestler? What was he talking to you about?
He was talking to me because he already knew this was gonna happen. He knew I was gonna make the finals. He had no doubt in his mind that I was going to, and he kept telling me, you just got to keep doing what you're doing now, ride that wave, and you'll be a-okay. You'll be set. Everything is gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And from there, he actually treated me like a princess throughout. Yeah. I mean, he took me really good places to eat. He made sure my body was okay. He got me drinks and stuff, ice. I mean, great coach. I love him.
That's why he is who he is, man. He's one of the top coach in my mind. He's one of the top coaches. Oh, yeah. I'm sure he is in other people's minds as well. But yeah, man, great program at Lincoln. When I was there, it was a good program too. The top teams when I was there was Swanee Live Oak, Lincoln. Is it the same? Who are the top teams now in that area? Pretty much the same, right?
Yeah, Swanee, Fleming Island,
Fleming.
Lincoln.
Yeah. I don't even know if there was a Fleming Island high school. I don't think there was when
Really?
I was. I don't know. There may be, but
Wow.
I don't think there was back in '86. I think it's a newer school than that. But if there was, I don't remember. I didn't wrestle anybody from there. I had in the regional finals, which was at Lincoln. We hosted the region in '86. I had a guy from Baker County High School. I forgot what his name was. Little strong kid, man, and I beat him, but it was 10-7. It was closer than I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
You said you wrestled 120, right?
26.
Oh, 26. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you were a little guy.
I was tiny, man.
Yeah.
I was tiny. Yeah, my freshman year. So the weight classes were different back then. Everything was different. First of all, they only placed the top 4.
Oh.
That's number 1. Number 2, there was only 3A and 4A. There was no 1A or 2A. It was just two classes, 3A and 4A. And then the weight classes were way different. You had unlimited. So it wasn't 285. It wasn't heavyweight. It was called unlimited. Wow. You could be 400 pounds, dude. Yeah. And there were a few. There were a couple of guys who were, like 250, 260 that were wrestling guys 380, 390. There was a few of them. Not too many that big, but there were a few. And then for the lightest weight class, my freshman year, I wrestled 98 pounds. And I was 98 pounds. So
98?
Yeah. Not 198, 98. Yeah, not even 100 pounds. That was the lightest weight class. And then I think it went from 98 to 105 to like 112 and then 119. The weight classes were a lot different. But yeah, I was one of the lighter weight guys. All right, so let's get back to the state finals. Who you wrestling in the state finals this year?
Jackson Newton from
Okay. Talk us through that match.
That guy's strong. He's very strong. He's only a sophomore too, which is crazy to think about. He's
might see him again.
Yeah, I might. He's huge. He's very strong. But I took a shot I took a shot within the 10-second mark of the first period, and I ended up scoring. I did get a lock in hands call because for the whole 10 seconds when I did take him down, I just kept my hands locked around his legs, and so it was 2-1 going into the second. I chose bottom. I got up, and then going into the third, he chose bottom. He got up, and then from there, I just tried to hand fight my way through it. But he was so strong. It was crazy.
Well, what were you thinking when you felt his strength? Were you like, "Oh shit"?
Yeah, like that first club he did, I was like, "Okay, hold on, yeah, adjust my body."
He clubbed some sense into your ass. You're like, "Oh my god, he's clubbing shit out of me." Yeah. All right, let's go. Now we're going.
Yeah, I slipped twice during that match because I was wearing my new shoes, and I love the shoes. They're the Nike Freaks.
You wore new shoes in the state finals? Ryder, you don't do that. What are you thinking, dude?
I had to put on the nice new Freaks for the finals.
The Nike Freaks?
Yeah, the Nike Freaks. Yeah.
I get it. Say no more. My son won a state title, and he was in Nike Freak. He wouldn't wrestle. If he didn't have his Nike Freaks on, he would not wrestle.
That's how I felt. Yeah. And I slipped, and I almost got in trouble because I faked, and off the fake, I was stepping back, completely slipped, fell on my face. Yeah. And and from there, he almost did a go behind, and it was scary.
What was the final score of your state finals match? I forgot.
It was 3-2.
3-2. Yeah, man.
3-2, yeah.
So, all right. So you get your hand raised. You are now the state champ. You got to be like, what the fuck just happened? Tell me about that moment.
Yeah, I am, dude. I don't know. It was just it wasn't all processing right then and there. All I knew was state champ, and so I'm screaming, I'm hollering, I'm looking at my area in the crowd. I'm just like this, just crying, screaming. I take coach, and I didn't mean to throw him as hard as I did. Oh, no. I was way too static. I grab him. I'm thinking, let's just throw him.
Belly to belly?
Oh, dude. It was head over heels, just threw him. It was crazy, yeah.
Did he get hurt?
He wasn't. He said he wasn't hurt. He said he was fine, but when I put my hand out, I was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, He did not breathe at
Yeah,
all.
beat the
Yeah.
shit out of me. I'm all right. That's funny. So before the state finals match, did you any you and any of your boys go like, all right, well, let's think of a celebrate. What am I gonna do if I win state? Or
Yeah, actually, we came up with there's the top three because there's the worm. I was gonna go out there and do the worm. The backflip that I do, I was gonna run and do a backflip.
heavyweight doing a backflip. I'm
Yeah,
impressed.
yeah, and then just launching Coach. I wanted to throw Coach Burns, but he would not let me. He was way too.
No.
And so I just took Coach Cotter. But the thing about the backflip is that's totally what I wanted. I was gonna do the backflip. I was gonna run, do my backflip, like go crazy. Way too tired. Way too tired. I didn't want to like bust my ass in front of
Exactly.
people there that were there.
Good choice. Good choice.
So I just I ended up taking Coach Cotter and throwing him.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So were your parents at the tournament?
Yeah, they were.
What were they when you looked up in the crowd? What did you see?
Oh my God, they were bawling. Well, my dad, he was screaming and hollering, but my mom just like this up there bawling.
It's an incredible feeling for a parent, and I'm speaking from experience because my son won a state title in 2017, and I remember him. He just he gave out a scream like you all do.
Yeah,
kind of put his arms up like that, and then he just pointed up into the stands at me, and I'll never ever forget that night, man. So what you gave your parents that night, I don't know if you're aware of it, but it's a feeling that they can't even describe it. I'm telling you because I know. So you definitely gave your parents a wonderful memory for the rest of their lives. But it ain't over, man. It ain't over. You got another year.
Got to do it again.
What are you planning for this summer?
It's just a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw in a little bit of football in there. Football.
Are there any football camps that you're required to go to that you're gonna not? No. Okay.
Just like OTAs and stuff. But
okay. How is Lincoln's football team?
We're looking. I don't know. I haven't really been out there, but they've been saying that we look good this year.
How'd you guys do last year?
I think we made it to the second round of the playoffs or the first. I can't remember.
Now you're from Tallahassee your whole life, born and raised?
Yeah.
Lived in the area your whole life?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I think my hometown now is like Portland, Oregon. That's like where all of my family is. Like everyone that I know is. But like I moved down here.
That's a whole other side of the friggin' country, man.
Yeah.
So when did you get to Florida? How old were you?
I was when my mom was pregnant, so she had me.
Oh, so you were born here?
Yeah, I was born.
Okay. I misunderstood. I thought you were from Oregon and then came, but your whole family's back in Oregon,
right? Everyone that I know, cousins, family, grandparents, all in Oregon.
Okay. Were any of them able to make it to the state? No? Nice. I see that. Were any of them able to make it to the state tournament or no?
Nah, just my parents.
That's a long trip, man.
Yeah, it is.
Long trip. I'm sure they were happy you won it though.
Yeah, they were very.
So as far as wrestling this summer, what do you plan on doing? Are you going to do the summer knockout or no?
I would love to.
Disney duels, anything like that?
Yeah. Oh, Disney duels. I don't think we're going to that anymore. It's too far.
Lincoln's not going?
Nah, I don't think so.
Where is it this year? Same place, right? Orlando?
I think they changed it to Tampa. Yeah, to Tampa, I think.
They moved it. Wow. They keep doing that. I don't know why they're doing that. It's crazy.
I'm definitely going to talk to Coach Crowder about the summer knockouts. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, and if Crowder's not doing it with a team from Lincoln, bro, there's a million teams that would love a heavyweight state champ. So you're not going to have a problem competing. So what colleges have you been considering? Any colleges that you hope come calling?
The college.
If you could pick, if it were your dream, where would you go?
I would go to Ohio. I would love to be a Buckeye.
Ohio State?
Yeah, Ohio State.
You want to be a Buckeye?
I
tell you what, you win another state title, there's definitely a possibility of that becoming a reality. That's for sure. We know there's a lot of people down here that know Coach Ryan, that would probably be very happy to put in a word for you. So go win a state title, and we'll try to make that happen for you. I got connections that I can ask for some favors, so I definitely have no problem doing that for you, Ryder. Congratulations on a great career so far. Wrestle this summer. I'll be seeing you around because I'll be going to a lot of those. But thank you for speaking with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, you got it. So good luck to you, and we'll definitely see you around the summer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Man, thanks.